Alex, how you doing? Again, literally just recording after Tim Thorpe's from the Vegan Society's podcast. So still in Burford Church. So again, thanks to John the Baptist Church in Burford for letting me use their Wi-Fi, given the awful farm Wi-Fi. And hopefully it worked out quite well. But yeah, Alex, from FCN, that's Farming Community Network, right?
That is correct, yeah.
And we're going to be running through, I mean, what you guys do collectively is quite important, or certainly now, given, I mean, I know a lot of my friends, a lot of people I know are finding the mental side of the lockdown and not being able to see anyone quite bad, quite hard. And, at the minute, given that farmers are used to being stuck on their own out in the middle of nowhere with very, simple pleasures, and now they don't even have those. I think, I haven't spoken to a lot of farmers about their mental health, as is very English. I mean, I don't think it's a normal conversation we have, but yeah, a lot of people are struggling at the minute. And if you're out there on your own, you don't even see another person for weeks on end, on this fear that someone might come and this virus might come and get you, and you've got no one to look after your farm, which could mean complete collapse of your livelihood and everything else. It just sort of makes it even worse, doesn't it? But do you want to give us a background as to what FCN does?
Yeah, absolutely. So we are the Farming Community Network. We are a charity. Last year, we celebrated our 25th anniversary. When we were founded in 1995, we were founded as the Farm Crisis Network, and we were set up really to support farmers during crises specifically. We're talking things like foot and mouth disease, for example. Over the years, FCN's changed its approach a little bit. So we do still help farmers during crisis. But we really now advocate for a prevention-first approach in a lot of instances, where if you're sensing things on your farm are starting to go wrong, you're sensing that you're having perhaps issues in terms of the farming business or your family, then we suggest you get in touch with FCN, because our volunteers, of which we have about just over 400 throughout England and Wales, are from farming backgrounds themselves, and they're here specifically to listen, to talk to you, to support you through whatever it is you might be going through, and to also signpost appropriate help that may be available. So if you're if you speak to FCN and it turns out that you're having a specific issue, it might be that we suggest you speak to another charity such as Forage Aid or RABI, or it could be something that we ourselves can support with.
Who's the RABI?
The Royal Agricultural Benevolent Institute.
Sure. All right.
So, yeah.
So is this similar to what the Samaritans do then, but you're specific to agriculture?
Yeah. In a sense, we're not a mental health charity per se. Although many of the people many of the farmers who do get in touch with FCN are facing various mental health or mental health issues. In terms of why we're, I guess, one of our USPs as a charity. If you're a farmer and you're going through a particular challenge, you want to speak to someone who actually understands what it is that you're going through. If you've had, for example, an outbreak of bovine TB on the farm, or you're having an issue with succession planning and or something like that, or delayed BPS payments or whatever it might be. Often it's hard for you to speak to someone who doesn't really understand farming and has little knowledge of farming, because there's not much point of commonality between you. Because FCN's volunteers are from farming backgrounds themselves, a lot of the time we're well placed to support farmers, because a lot of the time our volunteers have experienced the issue themselves, or they know someone who has. And so there's someone that you can talk to who can be sort of like that trusted contact, that trusted friend, who can potentially give insights or suggestions, or guide you and walk with you through whatever it is you're going through.
So you're from a farming background?
No, I'm not actually. No, that's I'm not certainly the only person with FCN who's not, but it's been a bit of a learning curve for me. So I've been with FCN for just under a year now. My background was press and media relations. So when I graduated university, I worked as a press officer for the University of Leicester for a number of years, about 6 years.